If you've ever felt safer saying less, this is your confirmation. You're not falling behind. You're moving with wisdom. And that restraint you feel, it's power. In a world drowning in noise, where everyone feels pressured to post, share, and announce their every move, the quiet ones stand out, not because they demand attention, but because they don't need it. They move differently. They listen more than they speak. They weigh words like gold coins before spending them. This is not weakness. This is discernment. Discretion is not about hiding who you are. It is about knowing when to speak, what to reveal, and who deserves access to your inner world. In a culture that treats visibility as success, keeping your plans close to your chest becomes a powerful strategy. You're not behind because you are silent. You are ahead because you are intentional. Proverbs 21:23 says, "Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble." Silence is not emptiness. Silence can be a shield. Silence can be strength. Silence can be wisdom in motion. Here is the truth most people learn too late when a vision is first born. It is fragile. It is a spark, not yet a flame. And sparks need protection. They do not need an audience. It can feel thrilling, even addictive. To tell the world what you're working on, what you're planning, what you're about to become. But speaking too soon can cost you more than you realize. Every time you announce your plans prematurely, you hand others a map. You reveal direction before arrival. You expose something sacred before it is ready to stand on its own. Jesus warned in Matthew 7:6, "Do not give what is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before pigs." Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Not everyone will handle it with care. Your dream deserves the safety of silence. Like a seed planted deep in the soil, it needs time hidden from harsh winds and curious eyes to take root. Growth happens underground, long before it appears above the surface. Do not rush the bloom. Let it develop in private. Nourish it with discipline, consistency, and faith. Ecclesiastes reminds us there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Because when the time finally comes for you to emerge, when results replace promises, your impact will not need explanation. It will be undeniable. History consistently honors those who mastered this principle. The Wright brothers didn't build hype around their invention. They worked quietly, persistently, away from distraction. And when they finally flew, the world had no choice but to look up. That moment was not built on noise. It was built on preparation. Surprise wasn't a gimmick. It was power. Your inner circle should be your refuge, not your audience. Treat it like sacred ground. Your private struggles, your doubts, your conflicts, your healing deserve protection, not performance. Proverbs 11:13 says, "A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret." Become that trustworthy person. Choose people who can hold weight without leaking it. People who listen without turning your life into conversation. People who advise without ego and support without competing. Keep your circle small, honest, and grounded. When conflict arises, handle it quietly. Public drama drains authority and weakens trust faster than failure ever could. True leaders are not the loudest voices in the room. They are the most controlled. They understand restraint. They know when to speak and when to hold the line. Their authority doesn't come from constant expression. It comes from composure. And when success finally comes, when the breakthrough happens, resist the urge to announce it immediately. Let it settle. Let it become solid. Let it become real. Delayed gratification is not denial. It is discipline. Luke 14:10 reminds us, when you are invited, take the lowest place, then your host will say, "Friend, move up to a better place." Let your results invite you forward. Mastery is the mission, not applause, not validation, not the next viral moment. Every milestone is a step, not a finish line. Don't turn your life into a highlight reel. Live it fully, quietly mastering your craft, humbly growing stronger. When the time is right, your fruit will show, and fruit does not need a microphone. Think of the greats, athletes who say little before the game but always deliver, artists who let the work speak, visionaries who move in silence and arrive with substance. Their restraint builds anticipation. Their results break it wide open. That is lasting impact. Not loud success, but deep success. Real success is not flashy cars, designer labels, or constant display. The world parades these things as proof of arrival, but wisdom sees through that illusion. Proverbs 11:2 says, "With humility comes wisdom." True wealth is quiet. It doesn't scream for attention. It lives in peace. It is the freedom to pursue purpose without performance, the ability to move without comparison. When you stop chasing appearances, you start building something real. Luke 12:15 warns us that life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. Gratitude shifts your focus, and when gratitude becomes your compass, your soul begins to breathe. The richest people are often the least obvious. They don't need to showcase every win. They don't narrate their growth. They let outcomes speak. James 3:13 asks, "Who is wise and understanding among you? Let it be shown by a good life, by deeds done in humility." Consistency speaks louder than explanation. Integrity opens doors. Noise never could. Influence built quietly lasts longer. Discretion is not secrecy for its own sake. It is focus. It is clarity. It is knowing what matters and refusing to dilute it. Proverbs 17:27 tells us that the one with knowledge uses words with restraint. Discretion is also self-mastery. Your posture, your silence, your composure all communicate before you say a word. In high-pressure moments, calm becomes your edge. You're not ruled by emotion. You're anchored in awareness. Listen more than you speak. Read the room. Speak with intention, not impulse. There is a time for silence and a time for words. Confidence does not demand attention. It carries itself. The most powerful people walk in assurance, not arrogance. They don't announce every move. They let presence do the talking. That kind of confidence builds trust. It makes others lean in. Discretion is not manipulation. It is stewardship, holding wisdom, holding space, holding power until the right moment. When you embrace discretion, you begin living from the inside out. You're no longer driven by approval. You're driven by purpose. This is a discipline learned over time through trial, reflection, and maturity. Proverbs 2:11 promises, "Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you." When your intuition whispers, "This is not the moment," trust it. Discernment rarely shouts. Often, your greatest protection is silence. Learn graceful restraint, firm yet kind. Protect your dreams. Protect your process. Protect your peace. Discretion is not about hiding in the shadows. It is about knowing when to shine and when to stay still. That stillness becomes a superpower. It fuels creativity. It deepens trust. It lets your actions speak with weight. So walk with intention. Let your silence carry meaning. Let restraint build strength. Let your presence inspire confidence. Be strategic. Be grounded. Be wise. And let discretion lead you to a deeper, quieter, and far more powerful kind of success. If this confirmed something you already felt, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and stay connected. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more people who understand the power of quiet wisdom.